They left you in the void, didn't they? Alone, forgotten, discarded like you didn't matter. You reached out, hoping for a hand, a voice, anything, but all you felt was the cold, unyielding emptiness. They turned their backs, and in doing so, they stripped you of everything but your own shadow. That darkness, it wasn't just the absence of light, it was the weight of despair, the gnawing bite of doubt, and the unrelenting roar of anger. You felt it consume you, didn't you? Like a storm raging in silence, tearing through every corner of your mind. But let me ask you something, why are you still sitting there? Why are you still curled up in the shadows they left behind? Did you forget what burns within you? Did you forget your fire? That ember, smothered but not extinguished, waits for you to breathe life into it. Stop letting their absence define you, and remember, darkness only exists where light has yet to arrive. You are that light. You always were. The cold didn't just creep in, it conquered you. It didn't knock or announce itself, it seeped into the cracks of your soul, freezing everything it touched. The silence was deafening, wasn't it? Not the peaceful kind, but the crushing weight of loneliness that turns minutes into eternities. That darkness, that void, it's not just empty space. It's a predator, relentless and unyielding, circling, waiting, feeding on every ounce of vulnerability you show. It whispers lies, making you believe you're powerless, forgotten, irrelevant. But that's not the truth. Do you know why you feel this weight? It's not because you're weak. It's because you let their absence define you. You let their leaving become the story you tell yourself. But stop for a moment and think, did they leave because you lacked something? Or was it because you had something they couldn't match? Something that frightened them? They didn't leave because of your weakness. They left because of your strength. And that strength, it's still there, waiting for you to unleash it. And then Christmas came. The world still celebrated, didn't it? People laughing, sharing, exchanging gifts, everything they thought they wanted. But what about you? As the world sang carols and hung decorations, you were crumbling, falling apart, lost in your own shadows. The Christmas lights, at first they only seemed mocking. How could they shine so brightly when you felt so broken? How could there be joy in the air when all you felt was the weight of the cold and the silence of abandonment? But here's the truth those lights are trying to tell you. It's not just about the sparkles or the tinsel. It's not about the presents or the feasts. Those lights aren't symbols of a holiday. They're symbols of something deeper, something far more powerful. Why do you think Christmas is about gifts? It's not. It's about rebirth, about finding your way in the darkest, coldest days, about surviving the night long enough to see the dawn. Those lights, they're reminders that even in the deepest darkness, there's always a flicker of hope. And that flicker, it's yours. You just have to reach for it. Those Christmas lights, they weren't just hung for decoration. They weren't there to dazzle or delight. No, they were hung to remind you that even in the darkest, coldest night, there is warmth to be found. Those little sparks of light, they are reflections of something far deeper, something you already have within you. You've been waiting for the world to hand you a reason to keep going, but the truth is, you've always had the light inside you. You just need to find it. Imagine this, the lights twinkle, shining through the night like tiny beacons of defiance. They're not waiting for permission to exist, they just do. They burn with purpose, with the strength to stand tall, no matter how dark the world gets. Now, look inside yourself. That same fire, that same resilience is there. It's buried maybe under layers of doubt, fear, and anger, but it's there. Find that light within you. Light your own lantern, even if the world refuses to notice. Because it's not about their recognition, it's about your survival. Let your light burn, and let the darkness tremble. Listen to me carefully, darkness isn't your enemy. It's the blank canvas of power. You've been taught to fear it, to hide from it, to run away from it. But what if I told you that it's the very thing you need to rise? The darkness isn't something to be avoided. It's your opportunity to create, to redefine yourself. Take the pain, the betrayal, the loss, the hurt, and use it as fuel. Turn their absence into your throne. Let their neglect become the foundation on which you build your empire. And that betrayal, let it be your crown. Wear it proudly, because it's the symbol of your strength, of your survival. You think you've been defeated? No, the shadows they left behind are yours to command. You don't need to hide from them. You don't need to fear them. You need to master them. Because when you do, you'll realize something crucial: they don't control you. They never did. You control the story. The darkness that once felt like a prison, it's the very stage on which you will reign. Forget what's under the tree. It doesn't matter. It's not about the ribbons or the paper, the shiny boxes, or the empty promises. No, Christmas is about something far more profound. It's about survival. It's about endurance. It's about the tree, still standing through the storm, roots deep in the earth, branches heavy with the weight of the cold winds but never breaking. That's what Christmas should remind you of. You are that tree. They may have left you battered, bruised, or broken, but look at you. You're still here. You're still standing, no matter how fierce the storm. The world may have tried to tear you down, but you are the survivor, the fighter, the unbroken. You don't need their gifts. You are the gift. You are the proof that resilience isn't just a word, it's a way of life. Wear that truth with pride. You've survived the worst, and you'll rise above the rest. That, my friend, is the greatest gift you'll ever give yourself. So light the fire. Not for them, not for anyone else, but for you. You've waited long enough, you've endured long enough. The darkness tried to swallow you whole, but now it's time to rise. Your flame is ready. You've got the match, and it's time to strike it. They left you in the dark, thinking they could erase you. But Christmas gave you the match. It gave you the spark of your own resurrection. Strike it. Let the world burn with your brilliance. Let them watch as you rise from the ashes, brighter than they ever thought possible. This is your moment, your time to ignite your own destiny. If this spoke to you, if this ignited something inside, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, and carry this light forward. The world needs it, and more importantly, you need it.